Hey everyone, this is Dusk, AestheticGamer, and this is Project Night. This game contains scenes of violence and blood. Now, I need to say a few things about this game before I get started. I actually played the alpha of this about 2 years ago, at least in early 2013. And I kind of liked what I played back then, though it was definitely buggy and had its issues. This is supposedly the final game, but apparently there's still a number of bugs in it, and people and the developers have been responding to them. We'll see if he fixes them up or not after I play this. So far, out of the few impressions there are of this game, they're mostly negative. But I actually kind of liked what I played a couple years ago. And I'm also been noticing that a lot of people who are negative don't get past the first area of the game. I don't know. I don't want to forgive any flaws I find. I'll just form my honest opinions as I play. I do feel like I don't think the developer is shady like some people seem to think. He's been pretty vocal during development. This game was released for a long time for like $1.99 in its alpha state on Desura. That's when I picked it up and when I played it. And the Steam version has just released. First, start off with controls, because I do recall this game having kind of wonky controls. Let's see. The thing about the game is that you cannot change the controls. I remember that too, and they were a little bit weird to get used to. Show hide controls. I think there might be one way for me to switch up something about the controls. Let me go do that very briefly. Start game. Let there be light in the vault of the sky, to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs, to mark sacred times. Alright. And we start off on a basic dusty trail road. I remember our character had that weird jacket and hat system stylistic look. Things rolling through. There's a flickering light, I guess, happening over here. Let me see if I can observe this. I also have to get used to the controls because the controls are kind of pseudo tank controls. Now to touch things is T. So I guess I need to try and observe this. Let me go take a look. So far nothing. I will suggest something there. The only way to really go, I remember there wasn't much to interact with. We just have to kind of go deeper into the dusty trail stuff. I think our character also has a bit of stamina on account that he can run fast for a little bit and then he kind of slows down. We'll go deeper into the old woods here. Now, if I remember something correctly about the game, the best option is to try and follow the light. You can turn your light on and off, but it looks to be a light over here, so I'm going to try and follow the light there. They're just little sprinkles, little stars, and there was something there right on behind us. That was new. There's a bigger light source over here, so I'm going to go to it first because it's the closer light source. It's a lot more in view now that we're getting a little bit closer. Let's run through the woods. Now, my memory of this sequence reminds me that there were some kind of glitchy enemies here. Actually, I think that's the house we're heading towards. There's a house deep in the middle of the woods. That's how it was in the alpha there. We'll see how things roll. The game kind of has both a follow camera and fixed camera angles. I'll alternate between those two. Yep, I think we already found the house. Let's go pick up the box. Don't need medkit now. So he claims this isn't the house. This is actually one of the ruin areas where you get supplies. There's little ruin type things that you can also find in the light sources. One of the lights will take us to the house. That might be it over there because it's flickering. Let's go follow it this way and see what we can see. I'm going to get my weapons a little bit prepared because if I remember correctly, there are a few things that might attack us in the woods. I wonder if they're still going to be glitchy though. I've been hearing from people's reports of this game that the enemies are still pretty glitchy. They were glitchy in the version I played. They sound like they might be a little bit more now. Don't need bullets because we haven't taken... Oh, okay, yeah, there it is. That's a little bit... That does look a little bit silly there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they can fix it there. Let me go get this. I'm going to die probably for a moment. Yeah, I can see the issue that they're having right now. So, that was actually pretty low quality there. Now, let me explain something that is probably worse than it was in the beta. That was actually pretty bad. I will say that there. That was a dumb sort of enemy on top of you, on top of the fact that how you're supposed to shoot isn't exactly evident. That's not a good first impression, it's something which I am going to attribute and tell them. Let's go through there. 8 out of 10, that was pretty laughable, I will say. Bit of a surprise at the very beginning because you don't know what you're looking at, but we'll roll with it. Being me, I do like to see if I can complete games. 9 out of 10, obviously. Now then, press E to check out controls. So they give you the advice there if you die once. Got it. So I almost did get to the house, but there was an enemy there. How the enemy gets on top of you is not a good thing. Let's see who made this. There was a bit of a weird hint there that popped up for a second. I'm gonna try and follow the path which I followed before. At least at this very first intersection, there's nothing that stops you between going between here and the ruins, at least initially, which I found. Let's go take a look over there. Alright, so you can't really outrun him. Yeah, I'm gonna die here. I'm wondering if when you stand there and shoot, if it actually kills him or not. Like, it doesn't look like it's doing any damage. I think I know 2 things which I can suggest right there. However, though, I do know they actually changed the enemy, which is not a good thing because it doesn't look nearly as good as the original did. The original was kind of this babyish thing, and there was a there was an audio cue that kind of worked from it. This leaves a much more negative impression from what they changed on that front. I'll go ahead, though. I'll see if I can figure out how to fight a fucking... It's wearing shorts. I know that much. I didn't see that before. Let's neglect that and go over this way. Deeper into the woods. Do-do-dee-da-dee-dee. It gets on you so fast that it can be kind of hard to discern what you're supposed to do with it. And that's one that even though the enemy looks laughable there, I think something which should be changed about it is that it gets on you so fast there's not really a way for you to avoid it. I say as it comes out of nowhere. Because there's not really a way to respond to it. Let's go ignore that there. Yay. Now, they actually made this sequence worse. It may very well be playable. Now, there's actually, in the original game, let me talk a little bit about alpha differences to the final here. In the alpha game, the enemy worked a lot different, he looked a lot different, he sounded a lot different, and honestly, I think I preferred the original enemy to the one that's attacking us here. This enemy is fucking on us, and I'm not even sure if we can fucking kill it. How? Let me see what the fucking controls say, because our character only points forward when he has his gun there. Light, toggle, show, hide. The enemy looked better, the enemy had a better sound to it, and the enemy wasn't so on top of you that it was impossible to take care of. If it's actually possible to take care of, we'll find out in just a little bit, but at the moment, the initial impression, it's not really scary, it looks silly, and it's not really attacking us to a good first extent. I do think that if he gets enough complaints about it, that will fix it, but that's definitely not a good first impression. Over there, especially since the enemy is so quickly on top of you that they can't do anything. The original enemy looked more like a demonic baby. This one looks like an asparagus monster, inside shorts and a t-shirt. It's faster than you are, so you can't really outrun it. So the only way to really kill it is to shoot it before you actually see it, like what I just did right there. The moment it gets on top of you, you can't really do anything about it, though. Reload through there. No. So that's really the only way for you to take care of the enemy, and because it's so much like... Let me go pick up this, I guess. Get the med kit. Follow these lights. Our only real option is to fucking shoot at it first before it shoots at us. Actually, might be better for me to walk so I can fucking see it before it sees me. There was one that was down this path before this light, so I don't want to fucking get on top of me, so we can take care of it. It should be popping up soon, and I need to take my bullets over to it. Don't need bullets now. So it's really easy when you're at a distance from it, but I don't think it's a well-designed enemy. It's actually pretty terrible, if I'll be honest. Let's go over to here, to this area, the good old house. This is the main location they need to get to initially. There's another of those dead mannequin things here, and we switch back over to a fixed camera angle. You'll need the house key, which means that we need to find the key first. I turn over my controls over here and go explore this area for a bit. Nothing there. That's fine and dandy. Back this way. If I remember correctly, the house key is at another of the light sources. The mannequins seem to be pointing over that way. But I'm going to actually first try one of the light sources that I haven't tested yet. We might very well encounter an enemy on our way here and it might kill us. My hope is to try and negate that effect and, of course, take care of it. If it comes up behind us, though, I won't even stand a chance. I don't believe for a moment that there won't be one of those fucking things in between me and there. I'm gonna call them shorts in the meantime because they're wearing shorts, and that's one of the things that I just cannot get over, which they have. Not to mention the shading on them is very different than the things in the environment, so it looks a little bit odd. Is that another light source over there? Don't know. Actually, this might be where I began from, which is maybe why I didn't encounter any enemies. Which means that the other light source... Yeah, the other light source is light source I sort of investigated. Which I guess makes sense. So this is the light source I think I came from. Right, because the light was at this angle. I should have thought a little bit about that before. It's because I got myself a little bit turned around. The light source that's to the right, that's more visible when you come over here, is probably where I need to go to. Why not call them crab walkers? I guess there's no particular reason. You could call them crab walkers. Just my name, which I want to come up with them for them, is shorts. They wear shorts and they do their short things. They're on the ground. They try and nipple at your ankles with their hands. It makes sounds like and then you start to kill them. There might as well be another shorts between here and there. So I'm going to Well, that's a little bit different. Are you an enemy? No? Disappeared from there. I'm gonna have to throw a few suggestions here. That wasn't in the alpha either. There's a few things that make this definitely strike as very low quality that were not there before, which I find to be a little bit odd. We'll negate that in a moment and head over here to the good old ruins. Here's a pole, and I guess this is to imply this area is important, because it is. There's the key. You got the key. You also pick up objects immediately now. In the original, you didn't do that. Okay. I have a camera change there. Oh, you go over here. Something or another's happening. Which means we've returned to the house. Simple enough, we can put the house key in here and end up inside. which saves our data. Let's start exploring the house then. Of course, now we're locked inside the house. Let's get to exploring. I guess the first thing that stands out is the piano. Right, we pressed T to touch. That's nothing. Mannequin Man slowly evades himself from the fucking chair. He looked a little creepy, but also looked a little bit silly. Kind of a mixture between those two things. We're gonna neglect that and explore a bit further deeper into the house. Now, continue our look, I suppose. That was the entrance to the house, so let's go explore over here for a quick bit. I remember there was an upstairs that we're gonna probably end up to in just a little bit. Go from here into over there. You got file 1, which I guess we press F to look at files. File 1. The White House, Washington. Project Night, July 9th, 2004. For some time, we have been concerned by the recurring reports of flying saucers. They periodically continue to crop up. During the last week, one was observed hovering over redacted base for about 30 minutes. They have been reported by so many sources and from such a variety of places that we are convinced they cannot be disregarded and must be explained on some basis which is perhaps slightly beyond the scope of our present intelligence thinking. When offering of the Destroyant recently visited the redacted intelligence service, this question was put redacted side. Their answer was that some reliable and fully technically qualified people have reached the conclusion that these phenomena are obviously the result of high technical skill which cannot be credited to any presently known culture on Earth. They are therefore assuming that these objects originated from some previously unknown or unidentified technology, possibly outside the Earth. But then it keeps secret files here in the middle of nowhere. That way. So this is a report made by the History Channel. They do really love their theories about aliens, I suppose. Nothing to observe there. We have the upstairs of the house over here. Let me go upstairs. Which is the work over there. That's also a new thing, which I don't think is... I think a lot of the new additions I'm not particularly fond of. Let's go. That door is locked, which means I'll check over here. Door is locked, and let's check you out. There's nothing to observe over here. And somebody slumped up over there. Got a gate key. It's kind of interesting how the light flickers every once in a while. Of course, there's nobody to tell this person not to sleep or die at their desk or whatever it is that they're doing. She's dead. You don't say. I remember the telephone that went going off, so let's go respond to that. I'm just gonna neglect it then. Let's go on downstairs. The house is just slightly different than it was before, only slightly. The gate's locked. Somebody sent some nice dresses around, though. I have to appreciate good taste in Victorian-style clothes. Maybe actually one of the other doors upstairs will unlock, because I did get a key, didn't I? this way. Will this door unlock? That's locked. That's locked. What if I go back in? Oh, it's been locked behind me, of course. Let's go. Going down the staircase in the meantime. You can't access it from there. See his controls. Let's see. Pause, show hide map, light, touch it, use object action. What am I supposed to do here? It sounds like they're in reverse, though. Oh! This wasn't here just a little bit ago. Ah, well, let's go this way, then. Radio's gamer static. There's the piano again. Nothing to observe from there at the very least. Let's go on out. The house has decided to change to a rather orange color rather than the white that we knew it to be. Now, if I remember correctly, the gate is somewhere over here. I need to get ready there because I bet I got attacked by fucking shorts again. That house, that light was definitely more evident than the other lights so far, which means that's probably where we're supposed to be going. That looks like the gate, probably. Let's follow the fence over here and see where we end up, because yeah, that's definitely the gate. And here we be. A deeper part of the woods. Should I follow the big light source? Or the small? Okay. I am not gonna die from one of those fucking shorts. I'm determined not to die. Big light's obviously where we're supposed to go. Those are just like leaves. So I want to explore over here first, because that seems like where we're not supposed to be going. Which means I'm gonna go investigate it. I might die. But we didn't get a save point all that long ago. The enemy came up of nowhere behind us. Whoa-dee-do-dee-da. A death there. Play again. That shorts monster does seem to enjoy eating my butt. I will give him that. One of those monsters definitely popped up behind me. Alright. That's two taken care of. I'm really hoping there's not a third. I don't know how much ammo I have. But since I pick up bullets, I assume it's not infinite supply. Just eyeing the area. There's a med pack. I don't need that. But I do need our bullets though, which I guess I'll find right there. Got 5 bullets. The other light source is over here, which is definitely the bigger light source that attracts more attention. There we go. The light source is on ahead. There'll be another gate. Probably. That looks like another gate to me at the very least. Let's go approach it through the gate. the second main area, which is the foggy, obviously Silent Hill inspired town. Saving date, check the map. And there you go. We have a map of this area going through the different streets. The only problem is we're not marked where we are on the map. I guess if you read the street signs, you can maybe figure it out yourself, but we'll follow this way. There's a melody that catches our attention. Sure is foggy around here, though. Now, in the alpha in this area, first of all, there's the music box, I think. Hello, music box. In the alpha, all the buildings were enterable, so you can just kind of explore whatever you want at your own pace there. Here we go. Let's get to exploring. This dear old man doesn't seem to be okay. He's dead. He looks like my grandfather. Because he's old and wrinkly, or do you mean they look exactly like him? We can also see the first real shot of our character there. He has got a bit of some tired eyes on him, but we're going to neglect that. Let's go pick up this note. You just got File 2. File 2 tells us the lights appear. Evidence points to July 7th, 2014 as the outset of this extremely compelling account of various and sundry phenomenal lights which moved over the state. These lights, though referred to as the forest lights, were actually witnessed in at least 2 other cities. Our city has the first to report the unknown light sources, which were initially spotted over the mountains at about 7:30 p.m. The first reports indicated an object of 6 points of light, immediately followed by a report of 8 connected lights with a separate 9th, which moved in unison with the sight. The formation was seen again over the Black River just before 10 p.m. In a matter of minutes, the enormous lighted structure had made its way over the southern part of the city. At this time, literally thousands of people witnessed the object, or objects. It was at this time that the first photographs and videos were taken. The final sightings of the night were in Cloak Valley. Witnesses then they reported a very distinct V formation. Alright. I have a feeling aliens is too obvious. We'll find out now, won't we? Nothing more over this way. Let's go on up then. He's got a funny running up the stairs animation. Let's go explore a bit. Start off with this, I guess, room. There's an item in here. I'll go pick it up. You got Code Mansion. Is that like a file? No? Is it like a code for the mansion? That could certainly be it. Is there a way to view my inventory? Show hide file menu. Hide controls. Show hide HUD with H. Okay, jet object action, light L, map, pause, aim and shoot. Okay, so I'm going to try, see what happens if I touch H. Oh, you can see the amount of ammo you have, which for me is nothing, and your health. Well, now I know. Anything else inside this room? I'll take that as a no. Let's go on out then. We'll continue exploring a bit to this next main location. Boink. Anything in the bathroom? The answer to that is a resounding no. If we try... Why is there a woman on the wall? And she's slightly moving too. What's up with that? Anyways, This door is locked. I don't have any ammo, lady, but I'm gonna try and shoot you. Let's try that there. Yeah, I have any ammo. I don't know what's up with her. Was she even there before? I really didn't notice her if she was there. Well, I'm gonna leave her on the wall. Hopefully she has a good time. I know, it's hard. Grandpappy seems to be gone as well. I guess maybe they just wanted to have their enjoyable wall times. We're gonna neglect them. Hello there, you music box, you. Alright, so the camera pulled back a little bit too back there. Nothing inside the doghouse. Time to start exploring things. Going house to house to house. Oh, there's a picket fence there. Let's go follow this route and not get stuck in the picket fence. I'm gonna follow the actual sidewalk here. That's the first house that we stopped by at. This shows us as being at... There's something crawling in the street. Washington and those flowers things. Will this actually hurt me? Why is there a person crawling across the street? Person? Are you alright? Person's fine. It's doing what people do when they cross the street. Crawling on their fucking stomachs. Let me cross the street here. I could look at the sign and try and figure out where I am apparently on the map, but for the now, there's a lot to explore and things to try and explore it. We're going to neglect that fence. Is that a house? It's like a boarded up old house that we're not going to end up in. So yeah. Following the path. There's a statue or another here. I guess we'll go take a look at that. In Gods we trust. Well, religious implications. Aliens and religion. I wonder if I've heard those two thematics before. We'll go in a little bit deeper though. Neglecting our duties. Let's go view a little bit deeper into the town. I'm actually kind of thinking to myself in this period of time, I feel like a lot of new things that they've changed I'm not particularly fond of because they strike as particularly low quality. Let me go through there. Literally through there because we were able to see right through it. Let's investigate this boardwalk. It seems to be leading me up to something. Is there an item block in this? Looks like boxes. Back down I go. To be honest, I have no idea where I am. I guess I should probably tackle this area a bit more systematically. Who made this invisible wall? Nothing there then. We're gonna go deeper into town. I know. Well, at least it's not raining again. Towns need to stop ending up being foggy though. Let's see. There's another building that's kind of laying here. Let's take some looks around. These areas are closed off. Is this door openable? No, it's closed off. I'm gonna follow this road for a while. See if I find anything. We've got windows. Some which have those little barry things. Other ones which don't. This building goes on for a while, actually. There's some gate wire there. Is this openable? The answer to that is a big old negatory. This side of the street doesn't seem very productive at all. I'm must be on the outskirts of the town, on somewhere on the map. I could probably just look at one of the street signs and figure out where I am, but it's all part of exploration. We've reached another corner of the world. I'm going to just kind of follow the outskirts of town first, then I'll kind of move on my way. Though if I explore the outskirts, I'm probably going to eventually find where I actually need to go, which maybe I should hold off and wait for. Let's continue. Just trash bins doing what trash bins do best. You're locked, you don't look like an open door. You are indeed not an open door. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to stick to the outskirts first before I feel like I've done a full-on loop. Then I'm going to sort of explore the inner parts of the city. Just because then it gets like less and less space for me to explore, so I have to investigate the outskirts later. Not to mention the outskirts don't seem to be leading to much of anything. Let's fall a little bit deeper. Thanks for watching the video. I'd very much appreciate if you take a moment to consider donating to my Patreon, where I'm trying to turn this into a livelihood for missed game videos, different higher quality video series for the channel, and my own little games I make from time to time. You can learn more about all of this at the link, which you'll also find in the description below. If you'd like to watch me record my game videos, take part in development streams, or just interact some, I stream quite regularly at my hitbox.tv channel, and it's where I record all my gameplay for my Let's Plays. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and until next time, adieu.